Hi everybody, and welcome to a new tutorial on on conduits, spawners and beacons. They are all essential in any survival world. I'm going to show you guys what you need to make them, how to build them, and how it actually works. So let's get into it. Let's start with the first one, which is your conduit. Excuse me. Um, This is the recipe you need for it to craft it. So you got the Heart of the Sea, which usually you get in sunken ships and treasures and things like that. So you have to go do some exploring. And your Nautilus shell, which most commonly can be dropped by a drowned mob. Sometimes you can also get it in buried treasure. Another way is to trade with a wandering trader. So you need 8 Nautilus shells with 1 Heart of the Sea. Then you can craft a conduit, which is this little thing over here. Now the only way a conduit works is if it's in water. And you need ocean monument blocks. Any ocean monument blocks you can use to craft it. You do get different size conduits that goes for different ranges, but I think the best is just to build the best one, basically, like this one here. So if we quickly break open here, you'll see there's the conduit. If you go in, you get the conduit effect. As soon as if it's raining or if you're in water. So, oh, come on, squids, what are you spawning in here for? So this is how you basically got to build it. Well, you can just build a box. It's a 9 by 9 box. And you put a block down, place the conduit down, and then break that block, and then the conduit activates. Now we've got squid all over the place. Come on, man, get out of the way. There we go. Crazy squid. Okay, so it's actually bigger than 9 by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, up, down, left, right. So it's in an odd number. So you can see how to construct it. And with this, you get a 95 block range from the center of the conduit. So as you can see, we don't have the effect for the conduit. But if we go down, you see there's water all the way down here with more squid. So here we got block 95, 96, and if I stand on this ocean monument block, then we pick up the effect. Here you can see I got the conduit effect, lasts for 12 seconds. And what's also nice about this, it gives you a haste 1 effect with night vision and breathing underwater. So if you are taking on an ocean monument, then this is a must-have. You place it in the center or very close to the ocean monument, and it will give you the haste effect, your night vision, water breathing all at once. So there's a lot of people that like taking down an ocean monument. This is a must-have. So you need to get these materials, these items. You can craft it, and you're ready to go. Now, the next thing is beacons. So if I stand here, you see all these different effects that you get from beacons. Ace 2 obviously is the most common one, but you got your jump, your speed, strength, resistance, and regeneration, which all is useful and has different uses. And you get different size beacons. Your most commonly is your Ace 2 beacon. And now in order to craft a beacon, you need your obsidian, glass, and a nether star. And obviously a nether star you have to get from killing the wither, which is not an easy task, but there are some ways of doing it. There's many farms for killing withers without physically fighting with them. and you need to collect certain ores in order to do it. Your most commonly is usually your iron. So if you've got an iron farm, it's easy to do. The most difficult one at the moment is your netherite. So you need ancient debris from the nether, and then you've got to collect a lot of it to craft into blocks in order to do it. So here are some of your beacons. Haste 2 and Haste 1 has different advantages. If you're busy with a fancy build, you don't want to really have a Haste 2 because you'll end up maybe breaking too many blocks at once. But for mining and things like that, Haste 2 is your best. You have to add one of these 4 items into this little slot here, and then you select which one you want. You confirm it, and then you get the effect. So here is your Haste 2 beacon, which has a 9 by 9 base. So your base that you start building on is going to be 9 by 9 blocks. You build it up until your beacon stands alone on top. And then your biggest beacon would be this one, if you want to do all 6 beacons with all the effects all together. Now, your Haste 2 beacon has a 50 block range. So if we're standing here and we go out 50 blocks. Okay, let's just wait for these to disappear. Okay, that's the last one there. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now we got no effects. So from the center where the beacon is, if I stand on this block, it should. There we go. And we got the Haste 2 effect. So if you want to dig a big hole or you're mining, then 50 block radius from the center of your beacon. So you've got to place it according to where you want to mine. So you can mine 50 blocks in each direction. So it's 50 there, 50 there. So that's 100 by 100 area basically you can mine. And that's something everybody strives to get in the game as quick as possible, especially if you're gathering resources. The only hard part is really, depending if you've got farms for it, is getting all the blocks needed. And then killing the wither, obviously, to get the nether star. Now, to move on to mob spawners. A lot of people have trouble on how to use a mob spawner, how to build around it, or what kind of farm to use. Depending on the mob spawners, you obviously get your skeletons, your zombies, and spiders. But there are 2 different ways in order to use, well, a spawner with these mobs. Now, with skeletons and zombies, my best advice usually is, if this is the spawner, build 2 blocks up. So the 3rd block will be your roof, and put solid blocks on top of the spawner. So nothing can spawn on top of it. And when they do spawn, if they try to spawn up top of the spawner, this kicks them off. So they will fall off into your killing chamber or wherever you're moving them. But you should have a 4 block gap minimum around your spawner. So here's your 4 block gap. So that encourages pack spawning. So if it's too small, you can't have 3, 4, maybe even 5 mobs spawning at the same time. And there's not enough space for them. Now the same with spiders, except spiders like to climb walls. So they are a bit more complicated to build a farm for. But I wouldn't advise using actually a spider spawner and an XP farm, because then you have to collect them and you're going to build your farm in a certain way in order to, well, to kill them basically. But now the one big difference is with spiders, because when spiders spawn, their spawn area, they need about 6 to 9 blocks at least space in order to spawn. So your gap has to also be bigger. So you're going to have 6 blocks gap on each side of that spawner, so they can just fall down. Now the best with spiders is just use fall damage. So go down a certain amount of blocks, maybe get magma blocks, let them just die on that, use a minecart, collect the items. With the zombies and the skeletons, obviously, it's a bit easier to collect them into a kill chamber. Now, when it comes to spawners and how they work, you need a 16 block radius from the center of your spawner. So as you see here, I made a zombie spawner. You need a 16 block radius. So if we stand on this glass over here, it's exactly 16 blocks. And then the mob will spawn and then go into wherever you need them. So these 16 blocks is whether it's up or down, left, right, doesn't matter. The only difference comes in is when you're on a diagonal. So in other words, I can't stand here. There you can see the spawn is not working. But as you can see, if we go there, it starts to work. This is basically the closest. So if you are going to have a big area like this, here's your angle at the end to adjust. So there you can see how the mob is spinning. And the little fire particles, that means it's working, and boom, there we got the mob spawning. Now one thing to remember as well is with these, you need to have a 0 light level. So you're going to build a nice big box, make sure there's no light coming in, and that you're 16 blocks away. Then the mobs will spawn no problem. Well, guys, that's the basic setup. Nothing. Cover a little bit on beacons, conduits, and your mob spawners. Till next time, guys. Thanks for joining me, and enjoy your Minecraft.